Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. What episode are we on, dude? I don't even, dude, I never know. I never know. Okay, what episode are we on? 266, I believe, right? 234. Yeah, 266. Thank you so much, everybody. I am in a hotel room right now. I'm in a hotel room in, where the fuck am I? Sydney, Australia right now. Just woke up not too long ago, and yeah, man, I'm fucking chilling. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads on this channel. It's been a couple weeks, but I've been touring, man. I've been doing shows. We started. Man, it's been like fucking 3 weeks now, 2.5 weeks. My left eye's been twitching all the time. I don't know if that's me, and it's cool because I don't know if my eye twitching. I don't know if it's because I'm not getting enough sleep or I'm having too much coffee. So, I don't know, and it's pretty cool. It's a cool part of being alive. But yeah, the show's been great. Thank you so much to all the Australians and New Zealands that's been coming out to the shows. Auckland was sick. Wellington was awesome. Christchurch was great. Melbourne was a blast. Brisbane was sick. Sydney was awesome. Dude, all the shows have been so much fun, man. We got 2 more. Going to Adelaide after this, and then we're going to Perth. And then I get to go home, which I'm excited for. Obviously, I've been having a blast here with the shows and everything, but, I fucking miss my house, man. I miss my wife. I miss my dog. And, yeah, I miss, and I also miss my stuff, man. I mean, I have a lot of stuff here, but, living out of a suitcase gets pretty annoying too. Especially on this tour, we don't have a bus, so we're just been like hotel to hotel. So it's like get to a hotel, unpack stuff. My shit is everywhere. My bag explodes for about like 6 days. It feels like, or however fucking long I'm in a place, and then pack again, go to the airport. It's just like it's a lot, but it's a blast, man. The shows have been a lot of fun. So again, thank you everybody for the support. If you've come to a show, yeah, man, we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. I'm trying to think what else has been. Anything crazy happen on this? Someone got fucking dragged out of my show, physically dragged out of my show. So that was pretty fun. And I doubt this person even fucking remembers it. So I don't feel too bad talking about it. Yeah, I think it was in Melbourne. Yeah, Melbourne, because that was the only time where we had 2 shows on the same day. So early show, Melbourne, rock and roll. So fun, right? Turn the venue over real quick for the late show, and then I guess this is what I heard because I didn't hear any of this, which is crazy. But the first show, these people were at the first show, and then they got tickets for the late show, which is like, you know what? That's badass. Thank you for people who do that, because it's, spoiler alert, it's the same show every time. Like, I don't change my material. I can't write a whole new hour every show I do, right? So I'm like, yeah, sure, you can hear the same jokes if you want to, right? But I guess during the first show and between the first and second show, I guess these people were they were boozing. They were getting into the liquor. Okay, they were drinking quite a bit, I guess, which is fine, right? You're out. It was like a Saturday night. Fucking get lit, as far as I'm concerned, right? But I guess these 2 people were just yelling the whole time, and then like disrupting like the people around them were starting to yell at them to be like, "Yo, shut up! We're trying to hear Jacob and Curtis. Like, this is what we paid money for. Like I don't. Why do we pay? We didn't we didn't pay money to like listen to you guys scream and stuff." So they got a couple warnings from the venue, kept yelling, and then yeah, dude, I guess one of the security members was like, "You gotta go," and then the one person was like, "I'm not fucking leaving." Like Jordan Belfort in Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. So yeah, they like had to physically drag her out of the theater. She went like dead weight and stuff, and it was pretty crazy, dude. And I didn't hear a thing. I didn't hear any of it. I was so locked in, man. I didn't hear or see any of that, which is wild. Makes sense though, because I can't. It was a rowdy crowd. It was a little later, and people have been drinking, but yeah, man. When the lights are on, I can barely fucking see anything when I'm up there. So, it makes sense. But shout out to those people. You guys were fucking partying hard. I wish I could have seen it. I wish I could have seen them, but yeah, man. We went and when we were in Melbourne, we went golfing one day. That was awesome. TaylorMade Australia hooked it up, dude. Hooked it up, man. They booked the friggin' golf tee time for us. They gave us all golf clubs to use. I got custom Goodfellow World Tour golf balls, and we went golfing, man, and it was sick, dude. And so yeah, and they gave me this shirt too, and a bunch of other swag. So thank you, TaylorMade, man. But yeah, dude, a couple more shows and I go home. And then like a month and a bit, we got, or 2 months. Yeah, in like 2 months, I got Europe and UK. So I'm gonna be right back. But I appreciate it, and I'm trying to enjoy it, trying to savor it, and because this shit is you never know, man. Who knows what's gonna freaking happen? So I'm trying to savor it, trying to savor everything. I'm trying to be appreciative, trying to be in the moment, and it's hard, but that's a thing I'm trying to be conscious of doing. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about this week, man. I asked on my Instagram story and I always forget this, man. What the fuck? How long have I been recording? Okay. Probably stop recording at like 11:30. Okay, sorry. I'm just doing fucking quick math in my head. Because I got to do 2 episodes here. I got to do this one. I'm recording a bonus episode that's going to go on the Patreon, and then I got to pack up and then leave for a flight. So, yeah. I went on my Instagram and asked people to send me some topics to talk about on this week's episode. And, yeah, we got some good ones, man. We got some real good ones. This one's crazy. I want to talk about first. Because we might not get to everything today in the main episode. So we're going to probably get into we're going to have to go to the bonus, man. The bonus episode. And talk about that stuff. Dude, I want to talk about this one real quick. Yo, a guy got fucking eaten by a whale and then the whale spat him out. Oh, okay. And there's a video of it, and it's fucking crazy, and I want to talk about it. But also, before we do that, speaking of ocean stuff, do you guys see that is it anglerfish? With the little fishes with the friggin' light on its face from Finding Nemo? Did you see that thing? Dude, an anglerfish they found it swimming up to the surface. They've never seen a fish do that, but it died. And people are making these, like, drawings and shit of the fish, being like, yeah, maybe for my last breath, I'm going to go see the sun. And dude, I saw a TikTok yesterday of it. Someone drew it, and it made me cry. And it made me cry, dude. I don't know and it pissed me off because, like, dude, I go on TikTok to see, a guy like slip on the concrete and like get a concussion. I go on TikTok to see people just the most insane shit. I go on TikTok to see people make bad music. Like, that's what I want to see, okay? I don't expect to cry at a fish, okay? It's messed up. Honestly, it's messed up. There should be a trigger warning on that shit, man. And this microphone I bought, dude, it looks like I'm on the radio. It feels like I'm on a war radio. I run a radio station during the war. This is what it feels like. Saying, I should be talking in a transatlantic accent with this microphone, dude. Now you say you've shaken more sticks at a twig than an old man does on the boat. That's like a saying they used to say. But dude, let's watch this video, man. This video's insane. Okay, this guy. Dude, this guy's kayaking. Also, where are you kayaking, man? Middle of the ocean. And then a humpback whale eats some, dude. He's in the humpback whale's mouth for 1, 2, maybe like 3 seconds, and then he spits him out. Dude.
Hey. Sentía como que me levantaba.
Dude, that's... Yo, I would be fucking... How is he not screaming? He is so chill about this, dude. If I was swallowed... Dude, in a whale's mouth? In a whale's mouth, dude. What would that even feel like? What would it look like? What would it smell like? I mean, shout out to the whale, man. Shout out to the whale for fucking spitting him out. Being like, I hate kayakers. Never mind, I thought this was a seal. Blah! You know, you gotta try everything once, man. And the whale wanted to try a kayak. And I guess he just doesn't... And then he yacked it up. He kayaked it up, dude. I would never stop talking about that if that was me. I would say that to everybody. I'd be like, yeah, man, yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, my name's Curtis. Yeah, I was in a whale's mouth. Sorry. Can you smell that? I was in a whale's mouth. And everyone would be like, oh my God. Stop talking about that, man. And I would not be able to. This guy for the rest of his life is going to be like that meme of the guy in the house party. And it's going to be like, nobody knows that I was in a whale's mouth. And then everybody's going to be like, no, we know. That's all you talk about, actually. Dude. He's like smiling. It looks like he's smiling. Oh, wait, no. Dude. And that's a wrap on kayaking also. That's a wrap on kayaking forever, I think. If you were in a whale's mouth, dude, because like while you're kayaking, I feel like you got to throw in the towel, dude. You're done, right? That's it. You have to call it quits after that, man. What if you got swallowed by what if you went into a whale's mouth, but there was like a full like finished kitchen in there or something? Like I'm trying to think of like what would be the craziest thing that would be inside a whale's mouth, right? You walk in there, there's like a there's like it's like and it looks like an early 20s single man's apartment. There's just like a TV and a PS4 on the ground. Some guy in there like, yo, what's up, man? A guy living in a whale's mouth, dude. Yo, that would be something a guy would do. Like an early early 20s straight guy would totally like see a listing for a whale's mouth and be like, I could probably live there. It's a good first apartment. It's a starter apartment, man. In a humpback whale's mouth, okay? And then maybe, you know, I get promoted at my job a couple years, you know, I start investing, and then I can move into a blue whale's mouth, right? A little bigger, right? Because it's free transportation, right? If you live in a humpback whale's mouth, it's free transportation. You don't really have any say of where you're going, but you can still, you know, you travel all over, right? It's like a cruise. Wi-Fi, you know, you get a Wi-Fi router in there. Oh my God. Picturing like some girl being like, yeah, guys, I hooked up with Steven last night. Guys, his apartment was insane. It was so messy. It was so weird. It was like slimy. Friends were like, what do you mean slimy? It's like, oh, did I not tell you? He lives in a whale's... Steven lives in a whale's mouth, dude. That's so funny, man. Okay, this article says a huge humpback whale has swallowed and then spat out a kayaker in the seas off the coast of southern Chile. The dramatic incident lasted just a few brief seconds and was all caught on camera. Luckily, the kayaker, Adrian Simancas, came out unscathed despite being fully enclosed inside the whale's mouth. Holy fuck. Mr. Simancas was out with his father last weekend in the seas off the town of Punta Arenas when the whale surfaced and scooped him up in his mouth. I felt like I was being lifted, but it was clearly too strong to be a wave, he said. When I turned, I felt something blue and white passing close to my face, like on one side and above. I didn't understand what was happening. Yeah, that's so quick, because like up close, a whale doesn't even look like a whale, right? They're so big, it just looks like there's walls enclosing on you, right? I went under and I thought I had been swallowed. Yeah, for sure, dude. God, that'd be a shit way to die, dude. Getting eaten by a whale, man, that's got to be such a buzzkill. Such a buzzkill, dude. I turned on the camera and heard a wave crash behind me. Loudly when I turned, I didn't see anything. So that was the only moment of real fear because I didn't see Adrian for about 3 seconds. Then he suddenly shot out with the pack raft, and a second later the pack raft emerged, and then I saw the fin of something. Yeah, it's crazy how fast that could happen. Like, what if he actually swallowed him? Like, the father would have turned around and been like, what the fuck? Okay. Guess my son wasn't having a good time. He fucking bailed he vanished. He vanished without a trace. Okay, he could have just said he wasn't having fun. A little rude. Dude, that's crazy. Call me crazy, I would hate to be swallowed by a whale. Controversial take, I would not enjoy being swallowed by a whale, okay? That is not for me. That is not my idea of a good time. All right? I'd rather be not swallowed by a whale. Went to the beach yesterday, and it was like, They kept yelling at people for not swimming in the right parts because the current was so strong. Oh, that's fucking scary too. The ocean's fucked, man. I'll say it. The ocean is fucked up. And I've had it. We need to do something about this ocean. We need to pollute it more, okay? We need to pollute the ocean much more than than we already are, okay? Okay, what else should we talk about here? This episode of Very Really Good is sponsored by ZocDoc. Folks, if I'm being honest, I hated my family doctor growing up. He was weird, he made me feel bad, and he never took anything I said seriously, which are all terrible qualities for a doctor to have. And this is far too common. I'm sure you've met with a doctor who has like a conflicting schedule, a dentist who talks the entire time while he has his hands in your mouth, or a therapist that's so mean that they make you want to go to therapy. And a lot of the time, people just settle with these problems. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to settle anymore when it comes to finding the right doctor. Because with ZocDoc, you've got options. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can compare and search high quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with over 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, primary care to urgent care, and more. You can filter for doctors who take your insurance, are located nearby, are a good fit for any medical needs you may have, and are highly rated by verified patients. And once you find the right doctor, you can see their actual appointment openings. And then you just choose a time slot that works for you and click to instantly book a visit. It's that easy. And appointments made through ZocDoc happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. Dude, you can even score same day appointments. Guys, I wish I had ZocDoc growing up when I had that weird family doctor. It would have made things a lot easier, man. But at least I have ZocDoc now. And so can you. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/veryreallygood to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. Again, that's ZocDoc.com/veryreallygood. ZocDoc.com/veryreallygood. Okay, thank you, ZocDoc. Oh, this one's pretty crazy. We could talk about this one. The title of this article is Woman Tricked into Sending £700,000 to fake Brad Pitt for cancer treatment. The 53-year-old woman thought she was helping pay towards the star's cancer treatment. Yeah, someone was tricked into sending £700. How many US dollars is that? How many pounds was it? 700,000 pounds? That's almost $900,000. That's like $1 million Canadian. Dude, that's fucking crazy. I've heard about scams like this, and they're pretty scary. But like, dude, this guy hit the fucking jackpot with this person. I'm sorry. You picked the someone who not only has $900,000 to spare, but like someone who is willing to give it to you. Like a woman from France. I'll read this article. A woman from France claims she was scammed into sending a man she thought was Brad Pitt 830,000 euros to help with his cancer treatment. The 53-year-old victim named Anne said she was fooled by the scammer after she received a message on social media from someone claiming to be the actor's mother. Just a day later, the interior designer was sent another DM from an account posing as the Fight Club star in February 2023, which reportedly said, "Hello, Anne. My mother told me a lot about you. I would like to know more." Like, in what? And then there's this picture of AI-generated Brad Pitt in the hospital smiling at the camera. And the tube isn't even going into his mouth. Like, I guess it kind of looks real. And I'm not trying to make fun of this person. This, obviously they were taken advantage of, and that's sad. But, like, fucking God, man. In what world would Brad Pitt's mother just be, like, DMing random people? Being like, I need help. My son needs help. My son, Brad Pitt, needs help. And then Brad Pitt talking to his mom, being like, okay, so you DM this random girl? Okay, I'll reach out. I'm Brad Pitt. Anne reportedly told French channel TF1 that she was going through a difficult moment with her husband at the time and felt she could confide in the person. Oh, damn, yeah. In fact, we're talking about Brad Pitt. I'm falling from the clouds. At first, I tell myself it's fake, but I don't really understand what's happening to me. After that, we will contact each other every day, and we became friends. There are so few men who write you this kind of thing. I like the man I was talking to. He knew how to talk to women. It was always very well done. The fake celebrity account said they couldn't afford the funds for cancer treatment because of their ongoing divorce from Angelina Jolie, which reached a settlement in December 2024. Dang. Didn't they get fucking divorced like years ago? Am I dumb? I could have sworn they got divorced when I was like a kid. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not up to date with the freaking celeb gossip, dude. I can't keep track of all this celeb gossip, man. Because a lot of people don't know, man. Celebrities, they're just regular people. They're just regular people like you and me. Why do we care? Why do we care so much? They would send AI-generated pictures of the actor in hospital holding up cards with personalized messages written on them, and would also never talk over the phone because they're always too busy. Yeah, How are you too busy if you're in the hospital going like cancer treatment and sending personalized message? No, I can't talk on the phone. I'm too busy writing a personalized message for you. I'm too busy writing a message on a big piece of Bristol board for you. Okay, I can't talk right now. After chatting for months, Anne agreed to marry the person behind the account after she gets £775,000 from divorcing her husband. Oh man, that sucks. Okay, so she got a bunch of money from the divorce, and then that sucks. So she divorced a guy for, I guess, because he sucks, right? Because men are bad, right? And then gets a bunch of money for all the trouble she went through, and then immediately gets it all taken away from a bad guy, dude. That sucks, man. That'll put a bad taste in your mouth for sure. All that money was sent to the fake account as they promised to send her luxury gifts in return, such as bags from Chanel and Hermes. However, the person said she would need to pay a 9,000 euro customs fee, which she never got back. Fuck, man. She reportedly became suspicious when Pitt was seen in public with his new girlfriend, Ines de Ramon, so she opted to get investigators on the case, and everything soon unraveled. Yeah, I mean, again, this sucks. I feel bad that this person was tricked and they got all their money stolen. But, like, I don't think you needed to hire investigators. You know, I don't think you needed all that. I feel like looking at these pictures, you know, you'd be like, okay, never mind. This is his hair is completely chopped off in a perfect line at the top in this one. Like, it just looks like there's a different color, you know, different lighting. He's not even smiling. Like, if a man sends you that, like, this looks like a ransom picture, right? If a man sends you a picture like that, holding a thing that says "I love you" and he looks like he's shitting, like he's actively farting and shitting. Like that's not a good sign, right? Anne is reportedly now in a hospital clinic with severe depression. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry about everything I said. Fuck. Now I feel bad. BFM TV says, and it remains unclear if she ever got any of her money back. However, an investigation is reportedly underway. Man, I hope she gets her fucking money back. That sucks. This comes after a representative of the actor had previously called out incidents involving people who are under investigation for allegedly defrauding 2 women out of $350,000 online. It's awful that scammers take advantage of fans' strong connections with celebrities, and this is an important reminder to not respond to unsolicited online outreach, especially from actors who have no social media presence. Man. Yeah, I mean, that is a good lesson, man. You gotta, I mean, it is easy to be like, oh, I'd never fall for that. How could that happen to them? That's fucking, because it's easy to put yourself, in when you're not in someone's shoes, but people who are vulnerable and people who are going through a lot, and they get a message from someone like that, and it's like, okay, well, this could be this is finally it. Fuck it, this has to be true, or life can't get any worse, right? And then they send a bunch of money, man, and then it does get worse, and it's scary, dude. It is really scary, and it happens way too much, man. It's a I'm trying to think if I've ever had, I mean, people have sent me stuff that like people are using my pictures and shit on like Tinder and stuff. Like people sent me that before. Like people were like, "Oh, I just saw this guy is like using all of your pictures," and I never understood what the end goal there was. Because if someone was using my pictures for their like dating app profile, I'd actually go to meet people and be like, yeah, those pictures are just really old. I grew about 1.5 feet since then, and I got facial reconstruction surgery, and I dyed my hair. But for that point, it's got to be like a scam, right? But yeah, that's sad, man. Brad Pitt, what the fuck? Why would you do that? When did Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie? I'm gonna search when, because I need to know. 2016. I knew it. It was like such a long time ago. Angelina Jolie filed for divorce in 2016 after a private jet flight from Europe, during which she said Pitt was abusive toward her and their children. Oh, I didn't know that. All right, fuck Brad Pitt, man. Fuck that guy. That's weird as hell. I didn't know that. Dude, I'm so fucking like, I gotta pay attention more, man. I don't know what's fucking going on ever, dude. Older I get, dude, it's just every day is like, have you seen that thing? And it's like, wait, man, what are you talking about, dude? I think I'm probably gonna talk about it on the bonus episode, but I asked my Instagram what to talk about, and like there's so many comments talking about this Ash Trevino person. I was like, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? And it was like hundreds of people asking. It's like, how do you not know about this shit? I don't know who the fuck. I still don't know who it is. I'm gonna find out together. I'm gonna talk about her on the bonus episode because I have an article about her and some videos. But I'm so out of the loop, man. So 2016 they filed for divorce, and it was just finalized a couple of months ago. 8 years. That's insane, dude. That's a fucking nightmare, man. So honestly, it is kind of believable. No, actually, no, it's not, because Brad Pitt is Brad Pitt and he has like so much money. Okay, we can move on. I think the moral of that story is, man, just be careful who you're talking to online, man. Don't send any money to people. Don't do it. Right? Especially if you have never like FaceTime them. That's the main thing I learned from Catfish, man. If you're ever gonna meet someone, if you're dating someone online, long distance or anything, or just online, you bet. FaceTime them, man. It's fucking 2025, dude. FaceTime is so normal. Everybody's got a fucking iPhone, You got Zoom, you got Skype, It's a thing. You can go do it, all right? It's not like back in the day. It's not like back in fucking 2005 where only some people had a webcam, dude. I had a webcam. It was like a circle webcam, and it was small, and the pixels were like It was like fucking, it was like 140p barely. It was so bad, you know? But even then, like I had, you know, you could video chat on MSN in like 2008, like 2007, dude. Like it was a thing. So a lot of the time there was no audio too. That was really funny. It would just be like a video. It would just be a video. You could like see the other person, but you'd still be like typing and be like, yeah, yeah, that was weird, man. Those are weird times. I can move on to the next topic. This is sort of a PooTube segment, I guess. A little PooTube segment. Or I guess this one's a TikToker, I guess. A lot of people recommended for me to talk about this also for my Instagram. And I also, like the Ash Trevino fucking person, I didn't know who this person was really or what this shit was about. I didn't see anything about it till now. I'm not as locked in as I usually am because I've been, you know, aging. Because I've been growing up. Sorry, I'm disconnecting for once. You kids, man. You kids in your phones. You guys gotta stop using your phone so much. I say it while I'm on my phone. So this thing that happened, I guess this is some drama that's going on. This works. I didn't know this, but this makes sense for where I am now because this has to do with an Australian TikToker. Yeah, this is an article that sort of goes over everything. From BuzzFeed, which is great. We love BuzzFeed. The title of this article is I Felt Broke. Australian TikTok star Anna Paul is going viral for her bizarre response to claims that she lied about growing up poor. Okay. So, a little backstory. I guess Anna Paul is related to Jake and Logan Paul. I don't think that's true. But I remember actually getting tagged one time in one of her TikToks. In Anna Paul's TikToks because I guess she was like in the background. She was like watching one of my videos. So we've got a Kurdistan citizen that's, you know, caught up in some controversy, man. This is scary. Anna also admitted to calling her fans sweaty. The fuck? And said she'd ask for a wet wipe after meet and greets because her shoulders would smell like sweat from hugging fans. People sweat. That's like a thing. Okay. TikToker Anna Paul Anapel, is that the correct pronunciation? Anapel. Anna Paul is being dragged after she uploaded a video discussing how sweaty her fans are and insisted that she grew up broke because she felt broke. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's sort of true. You know, being broke isn't about how much money you have. You know, it's sort of a mindset. Being broke is a mindset, dude. You know, because I just like feel broke. You know? All my other friends had I was about to do the fucking South Park bit. It's already done. South Park did it already. Fuck. I was going to do all my friends had a private jet with a bathtub, and I just had a regular private jet, you know? That's literally the South Park bit. When they were complaining about Napster and how they couldn't afford their, like, private jet with a TV remote anymore. Okay. The Australian influencer who has more than 6 million followers shared the 8-minute-long video after her former best friend and fellow TikToker Michaela Testa shared a series of shocking claims about Anna and her brother Addis Paul on her own social media page. For reference, Michaela and Anna became friends 10 years ago when they were just 15 years old. Michaela also used to date Addis. Okay. And in her video... Oh, is this the video here? Oh, let's fucking watch it.
Things wrong with Anna Paul. It's way easier to hate me for calling her out when she's wrong than accepting that the Anna you guys love and idolize so much never existed. You don't know her. You don't know her like I know her. You have never met her, and if you have, it's nothing more than a 5-second selfie. These people that watch her don't know the Anna that I know. They know the other Anna, the one she wears when the camera starts rolling. I can't blame the parasocials because I too would do the same for someone that I looked up to. But my experience with Anna was a lot different to all of you. Mine was a real experience. Everything Anna does is calculated, but she masks the manipulation extremely well with an innocent sweet girl facade, posting all of these videos about self-love and body positivity. Anna, remember that god-awful trend...
I don't know. It is. I'm sorry, Australians. I'm sorry, but it is super funny when Australians are like yelling at each when they're like I just can't picture Australians getting in a fight. You know, I was at a restaurant. I was at a food court in Brisbane. I was getting some Greek food, and person who ordered some food, I guess someone cut in front of them, and they were fucking screaming at each other. And it was like, "How dare you? How dare you? I was waiting in line." And it was like, oh, that was British, but it's like, "How dare you? When I'm in the queue," and they were just fucking screaming at each other. And it's like, guys, relax. I just think the Australian accent is so fun. You guys are so fun loving, you know? And it's like, you guys, can we all just get along? That's what I said. I said, guys, how you going? How you going? Right? And then I was like, can't we all just be mates? I mean, no, that's British again. Fuck. How you guys, okay. Can we all just be mates? How you going? Can't we all just be mates? Right? You know? I'm getting better. I'm trying to get better at my Australian accent, but
Trend of people posting photos of influencers that they would and wouldn't feel comfortable wearing a bikini around. Remember those slideshows people would make with everyone in the family? Of all of you being labeled as safe, and my photo is at the end marked as "I would never feel safe in a bikini around Michaela"? Meanwhile, right before these videos were trending in 2021 on the South Bank Bridge, when you were peak body positivity, love yourself version of Anna, a plus-size fan came up to you and asked for a hug and a picture. You smiled at her. You told her that you loved her. She told you how your words online have helped her be more comfortable in her body. The moment she walked away, you told Addis that she was annoying and gross, and you didn't want to agree to the hug because she was fat and sweaty. Addis laughed. These were your words.
holy fuck. Damn. Okay, so yeah, she was. Damn. Yeah, if that's just true, that's fucked up. That's so mean, dude. She preaches. Okay, so I guess this Anna Paul person preaches like body positivity and stuff, but then is like being fat phobic and stuff. Michaela alleges that Anna fat shames her fans and has lied to her followers. Also, telling a fan that you love them, like right, that's crazy. That's like you don't know them, you know. I love that. I love the support that people give, and I feel the love and support, right? But it is a little crazy to meet someone who's like, "I love your YouTube," and then you're like, "I love you." You know, that's a little gnarly because you don't know them, you don't know them at all, right? You know what I mean? Like that is a little gnarly to do that. I love you. That's a little crazy because you don't know them. I don't know any of you guys. I really don't. And so I'm not going to say I love you, right? She also made much more serious allegations against Addis, which wouldn't be legally advisable to repeat here. Oh, shit. I don't know what that... Okay, damn. All right, BuzzFeed. Speaking of the TikTok that was posted last week, Michaela said everything Anna does is calculated, but she masked the manipulation extremely well with an innocent, sweet girl facade. Detailing an incident that allegedly took place in 2021, Michaela addressed Anna directly as she said, a plus-size fan... Oh, yeah, that's what we just heard about. Michaela insisted that this was a common occurrence with Anna, adding, "Seeing your fakeness in the flesh was such a disturbing experience." She then went on to accuse Anna of preying on vulnerable young fans for profit, referencing the way that Anna does money giveaways on her adult OnlyFans account, which costs $16 a month, but promotes these giveaways on her Instagram account that has more than 2.3 million followers. Oh, okay, yeah, that's messed up. Yeah, I actually just talked about I've just filmed a main channel video about some influencers too who are advertising giveaways all the time, and it's like it's kind of like it's tough because it's like it's hard to criticize people doing giveaways. I mean, it's hard to criticize people doing giveaways because it's like, you know, they're giving away money, that's a good thing, right? But it's like, you know, it's never a free giveaway, right? You know, you got to pay, because this one you're paying $16 for someone's OnlyFans, right? And then to maybe have like that. It does seem a little weird to like force people to pay to be entered into a giveaway, right? Michaela went on to call Anna and Addis out for allegedly pretending to grow up poor. Okay, this is the juicy part. I guess it's all, you know what I mean. Pretending to grow up poor, with Anna saying in many of her TikTok videos that she and her family did not have much money growing up. Michaela claimed that Anna and Addis's dad made triple the average Australian income per week. Well, yo, what? And the siblings grew up in a beautiful house with a built-in pool. Yo, okay, hold on. I might have to watch the whole fucking video. I might have to hear her say that part, because that is crazy.
There's a lot of things wrong.
That part.
By posting IG stories advertising that you're sending money to subscribers, you are directly trying to lure new customers over to your page, a page which costs $16 to access. This $16 is essentially a lottery ticket. With the 7-hour difference in time steps between posting your initial promo story on Instagram to actually sending money, it's clear that in that time you allowed the subs to reel in, as this was just a plot for profit rather than a give-back situation as you disguise it as. Then posting further stories of screenshots sending few people $500 saying you know where to find me, incentivizing more to subscribe and fall for this in hopes to win. The whole premise of you luring your largely underage fan base to a website containing pornographic photos of you in the hopes of them winning your illegal lottery gambling scheme is so twisted and weird.
Yeah, true. I guess it is.
If you charge
illegal.
an entry fee in order for somebody to win something, it's classed by law as a lottery in Australia. Anna is not licensed to hold lotteries. It's unethical, illegal, and against OF and Instagram's T&Cs. And on top of that, it's exploitation, particularly for her young audience. You only need to ID check to be a creator on the platform, not a spender. I've been on the platform for 6 years, I know it well, and we also conducted a test on this, which means these youths really are subscribing and tipping just like they told me that they have. People that love Anna will come up.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that too. It's like a lot. You're doing an illegal lottery. Allegedly. It's like an illegal lottery, dude. That's fucking gnarly.
With all sorts of attacks on me to try and defend her behavior. And that's okay with me. I don't blame them. People may start pointing at me because I'm on the platform too. While I understand, I also testify. Only 3.4% of my following on Instagram where this is displayed is under the age of 18. Anna's statistics would paint much different story. I also never incentivize people to subscribe in the hopes or chances that I'd see them.
I want to go to the part. I'm sorry, I already talked. I want to hear the part where he talks about pretending to be poor.
I broke up with him. It was my choice to never. I was well and truly over him months before. He abused me multiple times when I. He would take large percentages, such as 50% of my income, to manage me, but in reality, there was no managing, and I.
Okay, well, I just skipped the crazy
statistics
part.
Would paint much different story. I also never incentivize people to subscribe in the hopes or chances that I'd see their message of despair and send them a lump sum of money, like Anna, targeting her young female audience such as young mothers and high school girls. Another attack that Anna fans will use on me to defend her bad behavior is that I'm obsessed with her family and that I'm not over Addis. They spread all sorts of rumors about what they think happened. This rumor really bothers me and is not true in the slightest. Constantly being tied to such a horrible person and have lies told constantly about how you feel about them is horrible. You have only seen what I've allowed you to see. Anything after my first initial few videos I made, the rest were jokes for views and engagement. I broke up with him. It was my choice to never reconnect again. There was no contact from me to him during that entire time, despite his countless attempts to reach out to me. As I just said, it was exaggerated on my end for views because I know the content performed well, and it did. But I was well and truly over him months before we ended. I have never spoken truth to the internet because it isn't pretty. Everything I say going forward is the truth and will hold up in a court of law. Addis Paul has physically abused me multiple times when I tried to leave him. He would hurt himself and threaten his life to scare me into not leaving after he would hurt me. He would take large percentages, such as 50% of my income, to manage me, but in reality, there was no managing, and I personally think it was financial abuse. After we broke up, he took jewelry from my room, hacked into my bets accounts, withdrew money, and then deleted the accounts, thinking I wouldn't notice. When I caught him, he sent it back and played a fool. Then crypto went missing from my accounts, which he set up for me. I accused him, but had no proof, as crypto is anonymous, so I legally had to backtrack while also being manipulated by him and Anna over the phone. I have sent him just about $1 million for numerous work or investments he's.
Man, fuck, this happens every time, man. People fucking suck, bro. It happens every time I get a story, I'll be like, okay, this is like kind of funny, someone pretending to be poor, right? And then it's like fucking gnarly shit, like whoa, dude.
He's done for me and never saw anything from it. He is a cold-blooded scammer. He has not only scammed me, but the public, and this started in him from a young age. There has been things he has been in trouble for in the past, but I cannot speak on them because he was underage. Then these crypto group controversies followed years later, which I had nothing to do with, and begged him to stop because it ruined my reputation online being affiliated with him. Addis was also accused publicly of rape by his ex-partner, to which I believed back then. I even messaged her that I did believe her. I believed her.
You know, I'm just kind of letting this play because I was going to skip through it just to get to the, like, part. But, you know, I think it's important to play all the other stuff, too, because, like, fucking Jesus Christ, man.
Because her story was something that actually had been happening to me already. And when I confronted Addis and told him I believed her, a fight broke out and he would threaten his life. As a result of what was happening to me, I would get UTIs, and that in turn has permanently affected another internal body part. I'm undergoing surgery in February to correct my body as I have debilitating health issues as a result. When this happened, our relationship plummeted and I couldn't be the same. Does this sound like a person that I would be obsessed with or want back? I left the wrath of that. In my opinion, it seems the Paul siblings have scamming running through their blood, and I'm not sure why, because they were raised with amazing parents that provided a lot for them. Their dad making triple the average Australian income per week, had them living in a beautiful house on the water with a built-in pool.
Yeah, triple the average Australian income per week is insane. Because just triple the average income, like, does she mean like average annual income? Because if that's got to be what, like $100,000 a week or some shit?
I've seen the house in person. It's beautiful. Being upper middle class is not being poor, Anna. Your exaggerated stories for the internet has always made your dad upset, and me, well, just angry. I was a real victim of the system and poverty like you portrayed yourself online. Remember that time when he called you out in the living room? He didn't understand why you would post such things, and he called them lies. But
Whoa.
You need this story, faking your poverty, so people excuse your schemes and wealth and feel bad for you. Every calculated story serving such an important role in supporting the other lies. This web you're weaving to entrap these people's pity. I am posting this because it's unethical and I care about...
Yeah, it's so weird to pretend to be poor, dude. To, like, lie and be like, yeah, I didn't have money. Like, you're cosplaying poverty is so fucked up. I don't know why it happens so frequently. You should be, like, grateful that you didn't have to, like, worry about that shit. Like, you had a house, right? Like, I just don't understand. Like, even because, like, I'm trying to just, like, think, like, what, I guess you want people to feel bad for you, I guess. And, like, oh, you overcome something, you overcame something difficult, you know, some hardship, but you're like but like you're just lying, dude. It's so weird, man. I was a real victim of the system of poverty, like you portrayed yourself online, Michaela said as she broke down in tears. And after a 5-day silence, Anna also became emotional in a lengthy video responding to some of the things that Michaela had said, but suffice to say, it has not gone down well. I'm not going to watch all that video, but I'll read through the rest of the article here so we know, get a brief summary of what she said. But the reason it's taken so long to reply is not because I have a PR team and this and that and whatnot. I'm by myself. There's no script or nothing. I'm just talking to the camera. Okay. Yeah. I've also always hated that thing being like, well, I don't have a script. There's no script here. I have no script. It's like, there's nothing bad about having, you know, putting your thoughts onto paper and, you know, articulating them well. I think that's actually better than having no script, right? I've never understood why people take pride in that part, but, Sweaty, however, okay. Sorry. Addressing the fat shaming claims first, Anna said, I do not call my fans fat. That is not who I am. That's not who I stand for. That's not what I've ever stood for. Sweaty, however, she went on, I may have called her sweaty. Because when somebody is wet and they touch you and they leave, and when you're with your best friend and you are now wet because of them, you may say to your friend, I am now wet. I feel like she probably didn't say that. I am now wet. I am now wet. I don't think anybody's ever said it like that. I am now wet. What I am now? Yoda. Wet I am now. Dude, that is a weird... I don't call people fat. Okay, that's not me. That's not what I would stand for. Sweaty, stinky, and weird though? Yeah, dude. That's me. Weird as fuck. And it's like, yeah, that happens all the time, man. People sweat, dude. It's fine, and then you're sweaty. It's just it happens, dude. Nothing wrong with it, right, dude? I got pitters right now, bro. I also know people would have hugged me, walked away, and said Anna Paul was sweaty. That does not make them a bad person. Okay, sure. During meet and greets, I hug thousands of people. I've hugged thousands of people, so my shoulder has gone into thousands of armpits. And afterwards, my shoulders smell like sweat. And I'll be like, hey, does anyone have a wet wipe? Both my shoulders smell like sweat. That is just a human thing. Moving on to the claim that she lied about her upbringing, Anna said, I do not lie about the fact that I grew up broke. When I say I grew up broke, that is my experience. That is how I felt. Okay. When I can hear my parents talking in the kitchen that the budget for the groceries that week is $30, that makes me feel broke, she went on. When we can't afford school uniforms, it makes me feel broke. When I'm 11, when I'm 10, and all my friends can afford something and my parents can't, it makes me feel broke. Okay. So that doesn't make sense because her friend was like, that you had a huge house with a pool and shit, and your dad makes 3 times the salary. That doesn't really make sense, but that does not mean I was the most broke person on earth. And it continued, there are definitely people in way worse situations than me, but that does not mean that align that the fact that I felt broke. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, there is a thing, like, I'm trying to figure out how to say this without sounding like a fucking boomer, but like, I'm all for people, saying their, that was their experience, right? That's how they feel, right? Your feelings are valid, that's true. But sometimes, like, you could feel sad or stressed about money, right? But like, I don't think you can feel, I don't think you can feel broke, right? You can feel the consequences of being broke if you are, right? But that's not a feeling you have, right? You know what I mean? Like, you can feel like inadequate, you can feel jealousy, right? Like, I felt all of those growing up sometimes, right? I had it very fucking easy growing up, but still, there were still sometimes I wasn't like, I was fucking fine. I grew up fucking easy, but yeah, I do understand that though. Like, every kid feels that growing up sometimes. Like, well, my friend has a fucking bigger house than me. How does that how can they have a pool and I don't, right? Like, I get it, but like, yeah, you can't just like feel. I just like feel in my soul, in my heart, deep down in my heart of hearts, I am broke. I may have $100,000, but dude, down deep inside, I have no money. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? She then referenced the fact that people have started to resurface photos that apparently highlight her wealth growing up, including her first car. That's not my first car, she said. Not my childhood car. I didn't even have social media when I was like 7. Those photos wouldn't even be on the internet. Anna did not address any of Michaela's other claims and instead called out social media users for how she has been treated amid the drama. Me aside, the bullying that has festered and grown from this because it's a trend is dangerous and not okay. Bullying like this kills people. Okay, whoa. Breakdown in tears. Anna added that she was fortunate enough to have a very strong support system. Speaking to the critics directly, she said, lock your phone and go outside. I promise you'll have a nicer day. Okay. But Anna's video did not land as she may have anticipated with one of the top comments on the TikTok reading. I don't know, girl, maybe you should have hired a PR team. Some called Anna for not actually addressing any more pressing allegations. Yeah, there's some other like gnarly allegations, that was some like real stuff that were talked about in the other video that she just like didn't talk about. Being broke and feeling broke is definitely not the same. Okay, yeah, that's what I said, right? You can, like, that's not the same at all. So my parents run up $500,000 a year, but they said, oh man, we can't buy you that horse. I feel broke. Anna's comments at the end of the video also rattled viewers with one person asking, wait, how did this get turned around on us? Yeah. Neither Anna nor Michaela have commented further, but we'll let you know if they do. In the meantime, you can watch Anna's full video below. I've been talking for a while, dude.
With every other content creator. That's what the whole For You page will be filled with. But I think we can all agree that this has gotten a little bit big.
Christmas tree eyes.
Oh, what the fuck?
Another pretty Christmas.
I clicked the thing to watch on TikTok, and what does it bring up? Okay, this is a sign to not watch the fucking video, I guess. It brings up a video of a grandma with a butt plug ice molds. Thank you, TikTok. Great website you guys got. Maybe it should have been banned. What the fuck, man? I'm not trying to fucking see that shit. What the hell? All right. Well, I mean, we already went through pretty much what she said in the video, but folks, thanks for tuning in, guys. We got some other stuff to talk about on the bonus episode. So if you guys want to hear some more Very Really Good, head on over to patreon.com/veryreallygood or check the video. Check the description in the video description. Click the link in the description of the video. I'm rusty, man. Thank you so much for tuning in, though. I love TikTok drama, man. It's the best, dude. But hope you guys don't get swallowed by a whale. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. And yeah, fucking thanks. See you later. Bye.